and welcome back to another weekly announcement video. Today we're going to go over a lot of Pioneer information coming into Arena. And what is this? We got some Tarkir Dragonstorm info, Final Fantasy info, and of course the event schedule. So going straight into Pioneer, yeah, so Explorer is going to basically go away and everything's going to be Pioneer now. Um, Essentially, anything that says Explorer is going to change it into Pioneer. So if you're looking for, that format, it's going to be now what it is in the paper world. They are including new cards. Still kind of not sure how they're going to implement it. I guess you have to be playing in a certain event and you can get those as rewards, but obviously you can still use wild cards to get them. So the cards are Battle of the Bridge, which you see here, Borborygmos Enraged. We got Sanctum of Ugin. We have a few more. They're not as prominent as that. They are bringing back Rakdos Charm, which I'm super excited for. And that's about it. It's the only exciting card that I think is cool. And of course, these three, or these three. I know Borborygmos Enraged is a fan favorite, and Sanctum of Ugin's a really good card on its own. Moving on, of course, they have a whole article for the Pioneer and for this proving reprints. I really like what they're doing with the reprints. Basically, you see you have this Galta, and then you have one of these Galtas. Before, if you wanted a full playset of this artwork, you had to spend like wild cards to be able to play this artwork. Now they're changing that. They're changing it in the sense of you only need one. You only need one copy, and that's going with everything. If so, the whole reprinting thing, like if you have a full set of this Galta or the original Ixalan one, you only need to get one, and that's it. You have that card. You don't need to get any more. Where before in the collection, you needed to get four to complete uh, that set, right? You're like, oh, now I need to get three more. It was nice that they kind of were like, oh, now that you have a full play set, we're not going to make you pull into it if you open up packs, which was nice, but you still was like, you still eventually got to the end and you were pulling those at the end. You're like, okay, these are just useless rares, but now you only need the one copy. Once you got the one copy, that's it. You don't need to get a full play set of them. You have the one copy. They're basically like a card style at that point, which is nice. And I like that about what they're doing with that. The other thing too, what they're doing is they, for example, there's Gore Claw, which was recently reprinted in Pioneer Masters. Is the example they give, which is an uncommon. So if you want the Gore Claw from Magic 19, which was a rare, you actually only need an uncommon wild card to get it, which is awesome because you don't, because it's really frustrating when you see a card that is a rare and you're like, well, it's a common or uncommon in another set. I'm not going to spend a rare to get this, you know, this like version of it basically. So I'm glad that they're like, well, they're changing it so if there's a copy of it at a lower rarity, you can purchase that copy with a lower rarity wild card, which is really nice. I really enjoyed that, and they're really revamping um, the whole basically customization in that sense. So, let's say for example, you have there's multiple copies, right? Like let's say Shock comes out a lot. They use the card Opt as their example. There's so many versions of it with different art. So what they do is basically, now that you only need one copy of it, you can kind of pick and choose, right? Like if you have, like, let's say a full play set of the original Opt, or maybe not the original Opt, but the first copy of Opt in Arena, which is I think was Ixalan or something like that. Uh, you have it there, and then let's say you get like a newer one. Let's say that fancy one from with all like, it's an uncommon and it's all fancy looking. For it's from the a what's the school set, that one. And so now that you have that, you have the one copy of the fancy one, and you have a full playset of the Ixalan ones. You can mix and match. You can make all four that fancy looking one. You don't have to have a full playset of it. You can just use that one. So that's really nice. I really like that you can optimize that, and you're not forced to, use wild cards or slots and packs and that to like try to finish out your collection for that set, right, or for that card. The other thing too is that they mentioned is the vault. If you go to your, you know what, I can actually show you Arena. Here we go. So the vault up here, right? So you see how there's a vault. When you get reprints of the common and uncommons, once you get your fifth copy of it or whatever, you get vault progress. So that mine is currently at 65.3%. You get the vault progress. Now it's gonna get quicker because the reprints of commons and uncommons, you only need the one copy, right, to get that version of it. So then instead of getting a full playset of it to eventually hit the vault progression, now you only need the one, and then you're just good to go. Now you're getting quicker vault progression, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed that they're looking at that perspective too, right? Because uh, the economy in Arena is not the greatest, so building a collection is kind of tough, especially for people who've been playing it for a while. There's a lot of reprints that are useless to us because we already have full play sets, and oh great, we're getting a reprint of Shock. Cool. I mean, that's great for standard. I love when they reprint things for standard that are just good cards in general. Which Bolt was back in standard, so we can have it in Arena. But it is what it is. But it's just one of those that little things like this are super helpful, and I'm glad that they're doing that. So going back to the article, uh, that is basically the reprint issue that they improved on, and I really enjoy that they're doing this. This is great news for us playing on Arena, for new or veteran players, right? Moving on to Tarkir Dragonstorm Sealed event. So there's this event where you basically choose which clan you want to play as. Like, I want to play as Mardu or Jeskai or whatever. You can actually do drafts with those cards specifically. So if you want, so people really enjoy it, and so they're continuing it. They're running it until May 11th. So if you enjoyed it and you want to keep playing, there you go. Going to something important to me. PAX East is going to be previewing a lot of Final Fantasy stuff in PAX East. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy VII is my favorite game. And I'm super stoked. My wallet is already upset, but it has no choice. I'm gonna be buying a lot of cards from this set, specifically for this, for seven. I like the other games, but they're not my favorite game. I was spoiled with seven, and so I look at the other games as good games, but not not to that level. Um, Anyways, yeah. So if you're interested, it will be at PAX East. They will be streaming it 9 a.m. Pacific time on May 10th. To 12 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to be watching it live to see all the new cards and everything, they'll be streaming it on YouTube and Twitch. Moving on to the event schedule, we have Historic Popper. It says May 5th to 6th. I think that was a typo because today's May 5th and today's a Monday. And Midweek Magic starts on Tuesdays. So it's going to be 6th to 7th. Historic Popper, one of my favorite formats, probably my favorite format on Arena right now. It's a lot of fun. Um, and then next week we have Brawl Builder Challenge. I'm assuming it's for the Tarkir set. So basically, I can right click, open this up. What do we got? Oh, they're not even. Wow, they're still on March. Man, they are lagging on this. Okay, never mind. So anyway, Brawl Builder Challenge usually is the legendary creatures of the most newest set, and you have to build a brawl deck from it. So um, I think that's what it's gonna be about. And so it's pretty simple. You just start making a deck with the legendary of the set. So what I usually do is if I already have a deck made in Brawl, and let's say I pull a legendary, and I'm like, I'm just gonna throw this as a legendary. I do that all the time, where I just get a legendary, throw it in a deck that already is made, right? Say it's mono black, and I just throw a random mono black commander in there, or a mono green commander in there. Like I have a mono green Stompy commander deck, or Brawl deck, and Galta is usually the commander in it. But I'm like, well, I'm just gonna throw whatever commander is needed in there to because it's the deck itself is really good and it just does the thing. So I don't doesn't really matter who the commander is. The commander is just a plus. So yeah, just that's kind of the way I build quote unquote build decks for these Brawl builder challenges. Just get a deck I already have in my built, and I just get a legendary from the new set, slap it as the commander, and be like, there you go. And I don't have to spend any additional wild cards, right? And most people, or not most people, some people already have decks built with the new legendaries, and so you just play that. And yeah, there you go. Gladiator Spotlight. Gladiator is a certain format. I don't remember the details of it, but it's a format that was created by I think by just fans and regular players, and I like that Arena is kind of throwing it in there. I forget the details of it. Hopefully, they can update the Midweek Magic event page and kind of give us a detailed explanation of it. I'll also kind of do my own due diligence of researching it and getting more info, and I'll probably be more prepared next time. Been on vacation for a few weeks, so I'm not fully prepared for explaining Gladiator. And then after that, Stepping Stone Sealed. I have no idea. Uh, we'll just hopefully get some more info. If they don't update the page, we'll just see the day of and see what happens. After that, we got some quick draft. Right now is Duskmorn House of Horror. And that ends on Wednesday. Speaking of, I do have I have it queued up, so I need to make sure I get that done before Wednesday. After that, we got Takir Dragonstorm. After that, we got the Lost Caverns of Ixalan, then Aetherdrift. Other events, we have the premiere draft for Alchemy Tarkir, ends on the 12th. We're going to have the Pioneer Showcase on the weekend of the 10th. Got the Arena Open on the weekend of the 17th. And then next month, June 3rd through the 18th, we got Lost Caverns of Ixalan Flashback Sealed. So if you enjoy that, you have another opportunity to do so. Qualifier events. There was a qualifier playing this past weekend. Best of one. Unfortunately, if you didn't or attempt to get in there, you do have another opportunity, but it is not best of one. It's best of three this coming weekend if you want to play into that. And then the actual qualifier weekend is on this coming weekend. This coming weekend? This coming weekend. Yeah, this coming weekend. So the best of three is on Friday from 6 a.m. up until 3 a.m. Uh, on Saturday, and then Saturday 6 a.m. up until Sunday to 4 p.m. is the actual qualifier weekend, and then after that, there's the Arena Open, which is Dragonstorm Limited. It's going to be the weekend of the 17th. Going into ranked season, of course, like I always say, just you just got to play in ranked. It doesn't have you don't have to win, and you'll get the bronze reward, which is the one pack of the most recent set. So it's not much work to just get a free pack, right? You just go in, and then at the end of the month, you get a pack. If you want to get silver, it's actually quite easy because in bronze, you never, even if you lose, you never get notched down. So if you can win some matches in ranked, eventually you'll end up in silver. And even if you lose a bunch of matches, you'll never get knocked down a tier. So you just only go up. So it's a non-losing situation, and you can get an additional 500 gold. It's not a lot, but it's something, you know, especially if you're trying to do free to play like I am. It helps. I know getting it to platinum, diamond, and mythic sounds like fun, you know, way more packs and the card styles and stuff, but I also know it's a damn hard grind, and so you know, I'm not going to promote that unless you really want to. You know, getting to mythic is cool. It's fun to say, hey, I got into mythic, but I know again, it's a grind. So, and that's it. That's the weekly announcements. We got, of course, the Stork Popper starting tomorrow. We got PAX East this weekend, and they'll be showcasing Final Fantasy. We got the Dragonsword Clan Sealed still going on. Of course, we got new updates for the reprints and card styles, and I think it's starting May 10th. So coming this weekend, they're going to start doing this. So if you want to save some of your wild cards or not open packs yet of older formats, you can go ahead and do that. Of course, Pioneer, that's also going to be rolling out on this weekend. So be prepared for that. And yeah, so thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you enjoy my content overall, please subscribe, and I'll catch everyone next time. Bye bye.